Hey y'all, I am back with a super fun DIY embellishment video, and this time I'm going to be recreating the Dear Lizzy Happy Place Brad embellishments. I'm going to start by showing you some of the shapes I'm going to be using. I'm using some circles, some pinked circles of different sizes. I have some different sizes of gold foiled vellum, and I just had that specialty paper for my stash. I believe it was Maggie Holmes, and I just like cut it up. Or I punched it out. I have some scallop circles, some rectangular shapes that I don't use, some squares that are 2 inches. You can use them in any size. You can use a punch or you can cut them out. Some banner shapes you can use a punch or a die cut. So a pile of hearts, and then I'm showing you some enamel dots and brads, as well as some different stickers. And specifically, I'm looking for circle elements because in the original pack of these Dear Lizzy embellishments, there are little icons and sayings that are layered on top of the main part of the embellishment. And so some of them I think say like happy um, or happy place maybe or something like that. And so I wanted to find some different circles so that it makes it easier so I don't have to stamp or do anything like that. So I'm going to start by, if you guys watched one of my previous pinwheel videos, you saw that I created these pinwheels pretty easily by just cutting at each corner of the square and then folding every other point into the center. I put some adhesive in the middle. So I'm going to do some things different with this pinwheel. So obviously I'm going to try not to recreate the same things that I've already recreated. I'm going to try to do something different with these. So in the original pack, there's like a circle, almost like a yo-yo flower type of embellishment. And I'm trying to recreate that without making it too complicated. So what I did is I took one of those circles, and I would guess that that's like maybe like a 2 inch circle possibly. And then I'm just going to simply cut the excess of these pinwheels off. So I adhered the pinwheel to the circle, and then I just kind of turn it over and then trim the excess by curving, like just very carefully curving your scissors. And then you can see it does give a different effect and a different look, and it ends up kind of looking like a little flower. I love the way that these turned out, and I was just kind of playing around to see what I could do, and this is kind of what I came up with based on like looking at the original pack. This does not obviously look exactly like it, but I really think that what I'm trying to do is make it simple, and so hopefully, this tutorial is simple for you guys to do because I don't want to have like too many steps. So after that, you can kind of embellish them the way that you want to embellish them. I put like a little gold circle in the middle and then added a heart right on top, and that's just I think it's a Lawn Fawn die cut. And then I'm going to go ahead and do another one. And then here in a couple seconds or a couple minutes or whatever, I'm going to speed this up so that you guys aren't like sitting here watching me do the same thing over and over again. And then I'll move into the next set of embellishments here in a little bit. This I guess embellishment video is probably one of my favorite ones, or these embellishments are some of my favorites, and I really love like the colors that came out, and I think it really represents like Dear Lizzy in a way because I just feel like her things are always really like bright and colorful, whereas like sometimes Amy Tangerine uses bold colors, which I like, and then sometimes Maggie Holmes uses like a little bit more of like washed out colors. And so I love all of them, but I think this is really representative of Dear Lizzy. So that's kind of what I was going for. So here again, I'm just trimming off the excess of these pinwheels, the points, so that it looks more like a flower here in the center. And then I'm going to add different embellishments right on top. So this time I'm going to add a little banner kind of coming out from the flower, and I'm just going to cut my own shape because the other banners that were pre-cut were just a little thick for what I wanted. And so I'm going to just do my own fishtail banner here. And if you guys are wondering how I cut those banners so perfectly, it was not me. It was a die cut, and they were from the Lawn Fawn stitched, I think it was like the 3x4 card, and it came with like some hearts, some banner hearts, and it came with some like little fishtail banners, and then also that particular fishtail banner. So if you look at their stitched like 3x4 card, it comes with some other little elements in it. And that was a die cut. So I'm going to speed this up and do the same thing. except I am going to curve them, and you can do this too, it's a little bit quicker, curve and trim off the excess before I glue on, and you can do it however you want. I think it works really well both ways. So I'm going to add the center, and then I'm going to look for a enamel dot or something to go on top. And I think I end up going back to these Pink Fresh Studio like wooden embellishments. Now I'm going to move on to these ribbon award looking things that are super cute. And I got these pink circles. They are not a punch because I cannot find a pink circle punch anywhere. I think Martha Stewart used to sell one, but it's not anywhere to be found anymore. But so I got a set of pink die cuts, and they're Avery Elle, and I got them from Simon Says Stamp. So I just die cut. I did a lot of prep work for this so that you guys didn't have to see all of that. But basically, you know, if you have some sort of scallop circles or circle punches or pink circles, you can use any of that. And really don't have to use circles. You can use anything you want. But so I'm just making these little ribbon shapes, and basically all I'm doing is I'm adding whatever I want right on top. So the reason I punched some gold vellum, some gold foiled vellum, is because in the original pack there's a lot of gold elements that like kind of pop off, like pop from the side. So they're basically, the gold is outlining some of these embellishments in the original pack, and so I really wanted to try to represent the original pack as much as possible. There are also some little just simple circle elements in these packs that don't really have much to them, and they also have the gold outline, and so I wanted to recreate those as well. And so I just have some little punched, I think those are, I want to say that circle is maybe like an inch, and then I did 3/4 of an inch right on top in a different and like from a pattern paper, and then I did some little puffy stickers on top of that. And then the circle stickers that I'm using are from different places or different collections, like Snap Documented. I think that Me and My Big Ideas pack, possibly. Let me see. I think I have it right here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Me and My Big Ideas, and they're the Pocket Pages paper stickers. I think I got those from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to do something similar with these ribbon shapes, except I'm going to make them a little bit more funky and shorter, and then the colors are going to be a little bit more mix-matched on these. And I'm just going to continue doing what I was doing before, layering up. I'm going to cut a couple more circles because I felt like I needed some variation of color here, and just going to adhere those two banner shapes right on top of each other, and then then just layer up some different things. I use hot glue for a lot of these projects because obviously it holds really well. You can really use probably any adhesive that's strong. I use, especially with glitter, because glitter is like, it's most of the time, I think for me, it's difficult to adhere like just with a dot runner. So I think using hot glue anytime you use glitter or like some sort of layered embellishments, I think that works much better. So these are some of my favorite ones that I created. In this original pack, there are some simple like brad banners. And basically all they are is fishtail banners with a little brad at the end. So I just cut some more of those out with my die cut. And again, that's from that 3x4 like stitch card. It's like the Lawn Fawn. And then you get like some little elements in it. And that's where I got that banner shape. I'm sure there's banner shapes all over the place though. And so all I did was I basically just cut the ends off of, so I cut plenty so that I could cut the end off of one pattern and place it on the banner, and so that I know that the width and the height is going to be perfect because it's the same shape. And so I just cut it off and added a little bit of variation there at the end, and then put an enamel dot to make it look like it's a brad. I really am not a fan of brads, so I think doing things like this that kind of resemble them is fun, but you don't have to worry about like poking your paper. So I think I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to add a couple of little sayings. In the original pack there's no sayings on them, but like I had to get my little tiny phrase stickers out. So And so I did 5 of those, and those are probably my favorite out of the whole little collection that I made. And then I'm going to make a couple more just because there's so much stuff still sitting on my desk, so I just decided. And I'm laughing because I grabbed those enamel dot type things from Pink Fresh, and I was going to put them right in the center, and I was like, that looks a little inappropriate. So I decided to add some hearts. So I am going to just lay them out for you guys, and then I have some really some good close-ups here at the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know if you have any questions.